And we are back again. It's your friendly neighborhood film watchers. We are Frankly Football. I'm your humble host, Brandon, and I got my man, Hunter Graham, with me. Set it off, Chris. Chris, it's been a while since we just sat down in a night and recorded multiple videos in one night. You know?
It's been a while.
Now we back in the lab, back at work. And the subject of this video, man, we gonna recap that shellacking, that whooping, that beatdown. That the Washington Commanders.
You mean the football Wizards?
Yeah, those guys.
The football Wizards,
yeah. That Burgundy team that they took from old buddy and them in the Green Bay Packers. I don't say his name no more, Chris. He just old boy.
He a player on the opposing team. Hey man, shout out to my man at the Fire Jerry hat. You putting out.
I just noticed that.
yeah, man. This is my way of applying pressure to Jerry.
A peaceful protest.
Yeah, this is my peaceful protest. To him to do right because last night we watched the Green Bay Packers with the addition of my man's and watched him do his thing last night, and it's on Jerry. Along with the comments he's making out in these streets about being a riverboat gambler. And I just want the pressure to be on his ass until he do right. I'm on my color purple until you do right by me. You know what I'm saying? I'm on his behind because right now, you can see what happens when you get proper 1 tech and 3 tech pressure in the on people. And how people respond.
Yeah.
So that's how we rock it. That's how we rock it. But we're gonna be peaceful and go from there. Go ahead and start, bro.
So Chris, last night the Green Bay Packers, put something tough on the Washington Commanders. I think that it did not go as good as the final score depicted. I think that Washington left points on the field multiple times. Their kicker, I recognize that that's not their starting kicker, but he sold them in the first half for sure in what could have been a 1-score game by leaving 6 points on the field in the first half. And I'll even go as far as to say this: the defense did their job for 3.5 quarters.
Okay.
The Washington Commanders defense did their job for 3.5 quarters. But the offense could not get down the field enough to put points on the board. And the reason that I say the defense did their job, Green Bay had 17 points until close to the end of the third quarter.
Okay.
You can't ask for much better than that.
I mean,
it's unfair to ask for more than that, really. 17 points in almost 3-4 quarters.
I mean, you want to be to the point, if you're going to be competitive in this thing, you want to try to keep teams down to 24 points. If your defense can not surrender more than 24 points, you got an opportunity to win most football games here in the National Football League.
Absolutely.
But what I saw from my eyes, I just kept seeing that a year of tape has caused people to be able to know what to do with Jaden, and he's not getting all these escape hatch moves that people aren't ready for. You're keeping a guy kind of in play, but they're getting enough pressure. And the thing we've seen for the past 2 weeks, not last week, because last week, it was totally different. He could get whatever he wanted. But when he goes up against quality defenses, it's to the point their skill guys are limited, to say the least, that I see.
I will say that especially Terry McLaurin is limited by a lack of practice.
Got you. So that's timing. So that's going to take about another 4, maybe 3, 4. He may get up to Terry McLaurin form by mid-season. Because, getting hardened for football takes 3-4 weeks. And when you've been sitting at home, things of that nature, you can see it. But I just don't think that the Commanders are using all the weapons as they should. I think they want to get Debo involved. I think they want to make Debo the focus of their offense. And I think you have to use Debo in spurts. That's what I'm seeing. Use him in spurts. But there are,
and he did get another touchdown for what it's worth.
I mean,
and it was a high effort touchdown at that.
Yeah.
But by that time, the game was out of control.
Got you. Because they were able to keep them 3-and-out until Green Bay's offense kind of got rolling. Which their offense with the Packers, I'm not highly impressed with. Missed a couple big throws. Golden had an opportunity to break the game open. Yeah. Jordan Love, kind of doing Jordan Love things. Just putting it just a little bit out of their reach and things of that nature. So,
yeah.
Everybody, the offense is still trying to catch up and get things going. But I'm not overly impressed by their offense. But their defense is swarming. They're making their quarterbacks look like, they're all pros because they're able to get pressure with 4. And their inside guys, their 1 technique and their 3 technique is getting pressure, which keeps guys in the pocket, which allows Micah and Gary to get to the quarterback. And it's just on high effort. Even on last night, you saw him get another nice pressure, but it was just because it was more hustle. It was more hustle stuff.
So you mentioned Jordan Love and what he was able to do. When he isn't pressured, he's only had like 3 incomplete passes pressure this season so far. And he has put up a decent number of passes, right? But one thing that I did see, like you kind of pointed out, was the struggle with the deep ball. Matthew Golden definitely had an opportunity kind of early in the game.
Absolutely.
To make a big play, but just couldn't get there. Couldn't get to where it needed to be. At one point it was too far. At one point it wasn't far enough. So what I see from Green Bay and what I didn't see from Washington last night was the coaches playing within the limitations of their player. Green Bay's coaches know where Jordan Love is strongest in getting the ball, and they were able to take care handily of a porous Washington secondary.
Yeah, well, I don't think what you said, the porous Washington secondary.
Yeah. I think full of holes.
I mean, I think if you're able to work on some things, they're able to run. What Green Bay was able to do last night, they were still able to run the football.
Mm-hmm.
Jacobs is still effective running in between the tackles, and he gives them that it just gives them a steady ground game. But when it comes to they made Kraft.
Tucker Kraft had a game.
Had a nice
Tucker
game.
Kraft had another 100+ yard game.
Yeah, a nice game.
But here's the thing: at the same time, I use that in contrast to what Washington did. Cliff Kingsbury didn't do the Washington offense any favors last night. Whoever was on the left side of the field, 23-hour lockdown.
Yeah, it was pretty tight.
So I think that a lot of the shortcomings for Washington that game was in part by coaching.
Okay, I mean,
granted, well, for what it's worth, if your offensive line, can't hold up to the guys across from them,
what can you do?
Yeah, exactly. You can't do nothing about it.
Right. So, and that's always been the biggest thing. They got Tunsil, and they thought that was going to be an acquisition. It was going to be able to be solid on the left side, but it's all across the board because they were able.
But you played against Michael Parsons, though, Chris.
But I think they were getting whatever they wanted to. They were getting it past Biotish. They were getting it on the right side as well. So I just think their offensive line is limited. It's not as they're not working cohesively together right now, which they're showing right now, and that's going to give a young quarterback who, people got tape on. Now they're going to take away that from him.
And for what it like, I think that it's less about the tape situation and more about them just having a very, very competent defense. Now, for what it's worth, having a year of film on a guy does help. You saw where they were able to use I think it was a cover forward they were and really clog up the field with bodies because they didn't have to blitz. They only brought forward 90% of the night. That's a rough percentage. I don't know what it was in real life, but at that point you can have another guy on the field to cloud it up.
I mean, that's that. But most teams that win, and we've been seeing for the last couple of years, is they want to rush with 4, and if they can cause havoc and chaos with 4, if you can drop 7. That gives you so many ways that you can. Hey, I can double your best guy. I can run and rally to the ball, and I protect I protect my corners from certain situations.
Yeah, absolutely. What's I wonder why Washington didn't really start motioning Terry McLaurin until midway through the game. Now you playing zone, so you can't expect like a one-on-one matchup like you can with man. You kind of got to beat them with some trickulation. They didn't really try. They didn't really try to do that. They didn't try to do that until either the end of the first half or the beginning of the second half, and that was confusing to me.
Well, I mean, we've always said that, especially in the NFL, you want to kind of give an idea of what people are going to do. And motion gives you the ability to do that. I still don't think they're using all their tools in Washington as they should. I think they got some pieces.
Give me an example.
Well, I mean, my thing is, I think you need to play Jalen Lane a little bit more.
Now, is that biased because of where you come from, Chris?
I mean, it's always going to be biased because where you come from. But I also know in this league, when you got a guy you paid a lot of money to, but he's not in tip-top shape, put a guy that's got speed and elusiveness, move him around. So if I'm going to run McLaurin, let me go ahead and take maybe 5 to 10 snaps from McLaurin and put Lane in there and just let him work in space. And they didn't do that a lot last night. They want to get the ball to Debo. They want to feature him, like I said, and they really don't have outside of McLaurin. They don't have a guy that that's going to make catches. I watched Noah Brown do Noah Brown things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on now. Noah Brown doing Noah Brown things. Come out, run a good route, get separation, 2 hands on the ball, can't make the catch. I know what that's like. I've been seeing that.
Now, what the reason that's kind of why I mentioned, motion and Terry and things like that. They didn't put their horses in position to get some premier lack of coverage,
But I'm thinking sometimes you got to make those plays so that you, because it all builds on it. It's like it's like making a break.
And even though they play in zone, a guy's still gonna shade towards the gangster on offense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Let's say a linebacker's in zone.
Right, but have that guy make plays.
Whole zone to take care of. He's gonna shade towards the guy that really gets all the money. You know what I'm saying? That really brings home the bacon on that offense, and that is what's gonna happen with Terry. And I don't think that they schemed him open in a lot of situations.
Yeah, they didn't give him any easy buttons last night. For the most part, they didn't give him easy buttons. But it's hard to. So you're gonna have to move him. You're gonna have to make him more mobile. But I just don't think his legs are in it right now. And I'm not saying they won't be. I'm just saying at this juncture, being 2 weeks, into getting into football, he's about 4 more weeks away from being, McLaurin that they had last year.
Yeah. I'll also say this: losing that running back late in the game probably doesn't help him. Austin Eckler, for those who don't know,
that's a big piece.
In the third quarter.
Man, that's tough. That's tough on them, especially when they just went ahead and traded away a guy late in camp or late into the training camp. They got rid of Brian Robinson and let him go, or traded him, thinking they had the other young running back they got in the 7th round. Hey, let's go ahead and put him in. Yeah, the rookie, and I'm about to say, I didn't want to bring him up, but because some people don't put any value on rookies. But or don't judge them.
There we go. See, I keep expectations for rookies low, man.
Well, evidently some teams don't. And it's kind of funny because they're looking for their 7th round draft pick to be that guy, while we're looking for our 5th round draft pick to be a guy as well. To
get on the field.
To get on the field and be a guy. So I just tonight showed the chinks in the Commanders' armor, which I felt we had talked about in depth that we might see. So another thing I was going to say, I was surprised that because the Washington defensive line isn't necessarily bad. You know what I'm saying? They got some names there. They got Dorrance Armstrong coming from Dallas. They got Daron Payne, a drafted guy. Javon Kinlaw from San Francisco. And even old guys like Von Miller. I'm surprised that those guys couldn't really pressure Jordan Love in a significant way. I mean, but my thing is, you've got guys who are, you don't have a premium guy. You got a guy with a name in Von Miller. You got Durant, you got Payne, who is a little bit longer and older in the two, right?
I think he 8 years in?
Yeah, he 8, almost 8, 9. So you got him there. And so you turn around, it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm not looking. Dorrance Armstrong, to me, as he's always been in the past, he's never been. Yeah, he accentuates. He's like a ascot. He's more like a pocket square. He makes the outfit look. He gets the outfit. He
a pair of glasses.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He a walking cane. That's a nice walking cane. Yeah, that's what he is. But he's steady, and because he's such a good guy on special teams, you think he's just a tick above. He's just a tickle. He's not a guy you're gonna look out and say, okay, that guy right there is gonna give me 8 to 9. He maybe give me 6, but he's gonna give me a lot of effort. And so last night played out kind of how I expected. And I mean, it's another good showing that you've seen from the Packers of looking right now like the team to beat. In the last 2 weeks, they beat both teams that played late into the season. They played one team that was in the NFC Championship, and then they beat another team that was right the next step in the division round. So
they beat two NFC contenders.
Absolutely.
I think that says a lot. That says a lot about what the Packers are.
Says a lot about them. Yeah, it shows that they're trying to start off as being that team that's the team to beat in the division.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. Based upon these 2 wins, what do you think the Packers are gonna look like? Come like playoff time. Things like that.
Well, I'm not looking that far ahead because we really don't start playing real get after it football until after we have a little turkey, a little stuffing, a little mac and cheese. Right now Thanksgiving. That's the stretch. And right now, everybody for these teams are looking like I expect them to. I expect Micah Parsons to look amazing in September because he's looked great in September for us. I worry about when we get later in the season and teams have to do the one thing that wins championships, play defense and run the football. Right now they look great, but I know people get dinged up and I know people are coming around out in the form. So it went the way I expected. But hats off to the Packers again. I'm pissed off because I need them to get more losses because I need that first round pick. I don't need that pick. I don't need that pick.
Thing, Chris. Hey, Chris, I want my draft pick to be in the teens somewhere.
I want the acquired draft pick.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Dallas' pick is gonna be where it's gonna be. That pick that we acquired, I want that to be like in late teens or something like that.
Hey man, I need a guy that's in that realm where we usually say first round grades are 15. I don't want my draft pick to be a top 15, 17 pick. I want that acquired pick to be a top 15, 17 pick so I can maneuver and do some different things.
Yeah. I can't say this. It was a win-win either way last night as far as us being Cowboys fans are concerned. If Washington loses, that's a divisional loss. If Green Bay loses, better find a draft pick.
Right. So the only way it could have been a win-win-win is if it had been a tie and nobody won and it helped us. But even ties, change different things along the way. So another good night, another good week going into week 2, and we're just gonna let it play out, man. Sorry that they lost, but I still need pressure applied upon my front office to see, okay, we got certain holes taken care of. I need to go get an RB1. I still need to go get an RB1.
That's for the next video. I appreciate it.
No doubt. No, and always trying to drop that in there, man. So another loss for the Commanders. They dropped. Great.
1-1.
1-1. So
Green Bay Packers advanced to 2-0.
That's it. What else you got on this one, bro?
In order to beat Green Bay, it's looking like people are gonna have to win on them offensively because I think that And when I say win on them offensively, you got to score on them. You got to put points on the board, because I'm not sure if their offense is, injuries notwithstanding, because they suffered a what was their receiver's name that suffered the collarbone last night? Forget his name.
Man.
Jaden Reed, I think it was. Was it
Jaden
Reed?
Jaden Reed went down. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So injuries notwithstanding, I think they can put up points with the best of them.
I think they're going to get multiple opportunities. I mean, they got I think the Commanders made them punt 4 times. So I think that's a good deal. But I think they got to get. It's not like they got an explosive offense. They got enough offense. They're just going to wear you down, and then they'll get their points. I think you cover up Kraft. Try to start working, because he's moving into that realm of, hey, he's the weapon. Golden's going to get his speedy guy. But that's based on but I don't see them having a guy that's a chain move outside of Kraft.
Yeah, I mean, but when you got a tight end like that, I mean, what more can you ask for?
He's a young quarterback's best friend. Absolutely.
I did like that they incorporated Savion Williams.
Okay.
His issue in college. His issue in college was, and he went to TCU, by the way. He couldn't really catch the ball. He had bricks on his wrist.
I mean, catching the ball is something that that can be worked on. But I don't think he wasn't really a prolific route runner. Mm-hmm. He's a big body, and they're using him where they're. So they got the big.
He'll
body
drop it though. One thing about it, and you saw this all last year. He'll drop it.
Right. So Williams, you got the big body guy, you got the speed guy in Golden, you got the tight end in Kraft. So they got pieces. Now,
Matthew Golden, I will say, is somebody that I think with the injury to Jaden Reed, that they should feed a little bit more. Giving the man 2 passes his way as your first round pick. But that's just me personally.
I mean, that was the one area that they had to go get help at. That's why they went and got Golden. They've been waiting for Williams to come, to go from year 1 to year 2.
No. Savion Williams is a rookie.
Okay, they've been okay. So now you got 2 rookies out there with a tight end, which is going, it's going to limit you some. So they're going to be to the point they're going to lean on their defense to give them opportunities. Yeah, and then play the kind of a field position. Let's get a chance here. Let's get a chance, and then just kind of wear you down. But the way the defense is able to get pressure, it's gonna be a point where if you can block it up, you're gonna have opportunity to beat their cornerbacks. Because I don't think you can name one of them.
Their corners, don't they got
see, look at you.
No. They got a dude who's about to be traded at some point.
Yeah, see, look at you. When you stroking your beard and you can't name him, that lets me know.
Matter of fact, no. He's not even a corner. I'm thinking of Xavier McKinney. He's a safety.
Okay. Okay, he's safety. So the cornerback play, the corner play is weak. It's minimal, to say the least. But they 2-0. They better than us right now.
Exactly.
And, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Chris, take us out of here, brother.
Hey, man, listen, man, this is a quick recap, man. Sorry we've been away so long, but listen, the way you can get us back in the algorithm is like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think, man. You watched the game just like we watched the game.
Yeah.
And go ahead and give us some love on that. Shout out to the Green Bay Packer fans. Shout out to the Commander fans. I got a whole bunch of friends of mine that are Commander fans. So they're going to be like, oh, Chris only talking about it because the Commanders lost. No, I'm going to talk about any and everybody because that's what we do here on Frankly Football, man. So until next time when we get back together, man, make sure, like I said, you like, you share, you subscribe, and keep showing us love, man. I'm the guy sitting around walking his dog, smoking a cigar, man, doing his thing, man. And I'm hanging out with my main man, Brandon. And we will forever be Frankly Football. And until next time.
Peace.